Oh yeah, black sun in the hizzle. Oh, for shizzle dizzle. We got an excellent show here today. Pre-show before the debate. Just sent Yang a message. Hopefully, Blue is out there. Blue, come on down. Yanga and Blue, come on down, man. Pre-show. Let's see who's in the comment. What up, Deacon? What up, Deacon? What up, Deacon? Yeah, man. Just waiting on Yanga to get here and hopefully Blue. I think Blue might still be at work, man. But Blue, if you're out there, man, hey, the duty. So yeah, interesting topic. The topic is the topic is it beneficial? You know what? I'm not gonna even say I don't want to butcher the title, man. These titles. I do not want to butcher the title, so I'll wait until the guests come on so they can uh, tell y'all the title and what the title means and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm just let me close this out. Oh, we got Yanga. We got Yanga. We got Yanga in this.
What's good? What's good, man? What's good, man?
Hey, shit, you man, shit. Man, you see the new one?
Good.
Yeah.
You said what?
Oh, you didn't. Oh, you didn't catch the new intro. You didn't catch the intro, did you?
No, I didn't catch the new intro.
Oh,
Got a
shit.
new intro to this piece, huh?
Yeah, got a new intro, man. Let me see if I can play it real quick. Yep. Just playing with shit. Yep.
That shit is hard right there. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
man.
That's a hard intro, man.
Shout out to Venkat. Hey, shout out to Free Spirit. Free Spirit, where's Blue at? Where is Blue at? Yo, Deacon like that.
Blue and I spoke a little earlier. Blue's handling some business.
Oh, okay.
Blue is legitimately busy. So, but we on for tonight, 9:00.
Okay.
Stand by SVDL, the only league. Yeah, man, we getting it cracking at 9:00 tonight.
Okay, cool.
So that's what's happening.
Man, that's what's up, man. Yeah, man. Let me send this thing out because I know this is a impromptu champions corner. So Trevor, if you want to join, jump on. Free Spirit, if you want to jump on. Anybody want to jump on? But yeah, this is impromptu. So y'all want to talk to Yanga? I mean, it's explain the title to us, Yanga. Explain the whole thing because I don't want.
If I'm not mistaken, and I'm hoping this is the title. This is the whole premise of the debate. Is it beneficial for Black Hebrews to be American, Black American?
Okay, that seems straightforward. That seems like a straightforward title. And I actually like the title, being that it's kind of borderline religious, but I actually like it because it still plants the feet in reality.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's going to be interesting to hear where my man is going to come from. I have a few questions for that. Some I'm going to save for the debate, but it is going to be interesting to hear how he presents that. And and just the whole thing, how it is not advantageous to Black Hebrews to be called American or to participate in the American experience. I'd like to see why it wouldn't be advantageous. What is it so bad about America? What is it in the making of America and the laws of America, the conception of America, that hinders the Black Hebrews specifically from achieving their ultimate goal?
Right. I mean, that sounds pretty straightforward. So, I mean, and it doesn't really sound like, and I don't want to sound biased, but that does not sound like Blue's expertise. His expertise is really not. Well, you know what? Let me.
Well, no, Blue is the DMT. He's the double master teacher. So he may be, you can't. One thing I found out anything about the league and its debaters is you can't sleep on anyone.
No, I'm not saying.
Like,
no,
they'll pull a rabbit out of the hat on your behind.
Right,
however, what I'm expecting which I lay out in my debate. What I'm expecting Blue to do is to rely heavily on what most people do whom take that position, and that is for a lot of his argument to be based on his feelings, to be very subjective.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And not grounded in the reality of actuality of what exists, the current and present state of things. I think that those things like that are going to be deciding points, because we have to, one of the things that have to be understood is, when you're talking about, is it beneficial to be an American, what he's going to have to come and defy what America is, because I think where he's going to go with his argument, if you say something isn't beneficial about being American, a lot of times, especially us as Black people, we don't weigh the concept of America, what America initially is, what it was founded on, what it is
Hmm.
supposed to be, but we will judge America by the inhabitants or the possessors of power, white people, to be more, you know.
Okay, so without giving away too much, Yanga, well, you know what? It's not even asking about the debate. Um, what are his strong points, and what are your strong points? You think going into this debate? Just, I mean, I know you haven't debated
I
Blue
think,
yet, but
yeah,
just
I think Blue's strong point, if anything, would probably be that his knowledge of Hebrew scripture, his knowledge of maybe the culture
okay, okay,
of Black Hebrewism, the understanding of that, and his strong point may be, I think that he may be strong in history. I think that his strong points are really going to be his undoing. That's what I'm banking on. His strong points actually
ooh,
being his Achilles tendon for me. You know,
wow,
yeah,
wow,
that's what I'm banking on. I'm banking on his strong knowledge of Jewish scriptures or Hebrew scriptures, and I'm hoping that leads to a reliance. And what I'll show, without getting too into the debate, where that is not, that can be substantiated by actual factual. That's not a good standard to measure anything by. It's purely conjecture. It's people's interpretation. It's how your perception of God and how you think God wants man to live. And I don't think that's enough to substantiate to say that will give an advantage to your current situation, because two, America doesn't deprive you of that right. You already
that's
have that right. If you say, well, to advantage would be to practice my freedom in its to its fullest. Well, America doesn't necessarily deprive you of that right unless that right infringes on the rights of other people.
now.
And
What if he
mhm,
pulls out a scripture and said, "But no, we're in bondage. Do you believe that we're in bondage, Yanga?" I mean, what?
mhm.
I
then
mean,
I'm gonna have to pull out from the book of Yanga. Theeth must be crazieth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can pull that out if that was
right,
a document that could be substantiated by real power, tangible uh, power that would affect the decision making process. Like America has documents that affect the decision making process in your everyday operating.
right, right,
You know what I'm saying? Uh, so that that's the difference. With the Bible, it's people's interpretation or fantasy about how they could build this utopic state based on these laws,
right, right,
based on this understanding. The difference with America is actually factualized. It is tangible. It is material. It really affects us day to day. Every day you wake up and breathe in air on the shores of America, subject to the penalties and punishments of America, and even the benefits and rewards that America seems to offer its inhabitants or its citizens. Then, how can you not say that you're not affected by it, or that that it's not advantageous?
right, right. Now, Trevor had an interesting question. He just posted, "Blue doesn't believe in the biblical God,
Hmm.
only their system of laws."
Right. Right. Well, I would even where the challenge of that would come in is that's okay. Like I said, I can believe in the bubblegum man and bubblegum land.
Mm-hmm.
You can believe in these things unless you have data, actual proof showing me something to measure, not your fantasies, not your conjecture, not your imaginary make-believe utopia, but
Mm-hmm.
something you can actually show as empirical data, a working model, evidence of what you are even trying to attempt. That's where it will come in. Their system laws aren't actualized anywhere. Hell, even the place where Israelis live in Israel, like you so adequately pointed out, don't even practice a theology.
Mm-mm.
So
No, they
where
are
are
off.
there
Yeah.
system of laws actually where I can say, okay, yeah, that is advantageous. What can I weigh that against? Your
Right.
imagination? We can
Right.
make up shit all day. You have to give me something tangible to weigh it against to see if it is of benefit, if it is advantageous to your current position.
Well, based on this interview, Yanga, and I'm not trying to be biased. I want people thinking I'm biased, but it sounds like you're gonna eat them up in rapid fire already. I already see that being your strong suit.
Well, usually is on my debates. My presentations are what they are, my openings are what they are. When you have to articulate, when you really have to come out and verbalize what you believe, when you have to make it make sense and add a sound to that shit, a lot of times you will see just how foolish really what you're presenting is. That's what happened in KOT. I mean, it sounds good when you're talking to yourself, but when
Right.
you're putting that out there against someone who's challenging it, it's not as solid as you thought it was. I'm hoping to see the
Right.
same thing
Right.
with Bluu. I'm hoping that his belonging to particular circles and stuff like that will really fuel the whole make believe stance. I hope it will have lured him into such a false confidence that he believes that his conjecture, that his perception of biblical laws and shit really will stand as something of a measurement. Because,
Right.
like I said, how do you measure a dream? How can I tell you your dream is better than my dream? My dream is better than your dream. Everybody's dream to themselves sounds good. And for
Right.
people who are too challenged to dream, to have their own dreams and aspirations, then someone giving them a dream is just as good.
Mm. So, damn. I mean, oh gosh, dang it! It's oh goodness gracious.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
Blue, if you out, oh man, I know Blue. Oh, he's got some business to attend to. God damn, Blue's got his hands full on this
hey
one,
man,
man.
I'm hoping so. That's the
Holy
plan.
shit!
That is the plan, Black Son. Is to go in swinging, keep his hands full, keep my hands in his face, to lay out groundwork that is so solid that really trying to rebut it is like, biting into a brick. I want him to break teeth
Ooh, oh
on
yeah,
trying
ooh,
to on trying to rebut. Like I said, my whole thing, and I don't have a problem with saying what it is because he's gonna have to get around it, is your argument based in fact? That's the first thing. I'm going to show you actual factual participating in the American process.
mm-hmm,
Uh,
mm-hmm.
where participating in the American process has only been advantageous to those people who have done it, and where non-participating, where finding empowerment in other places have only proved disastrous in their results. So that's what I'm going on, and I'm going to constantly challenge for his rebuttal to be based and grounded in facts. And I'm going to challenge if Americanism is not beneficial, why? I want to know what is it
Ooh,
that the
damn,
Black Hebrews aspire to or aspire for, desire that being in America would hinder them from this fruition. We
damn,
see,
nigga.
I don't want to give my whole debate, but there's been
No, 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 no,
examples,
no. I know.
yeah,
Oh
of,
man, but
of
it's oh
Hebrews
man,
who
I
have
can't
left.
wait. This is
Yeah,
whoa, I can't wait, bro. Damn, I can't wait. Who
yeah.
who can't wait in the goddamn chat? Y'all type one if y'all can't wait. God damn it, man. I,
Hey
I
man,
mean,
it's Crump,
God,
man. The arena coming to deliver, man. We
yes,
coming to do
sir.
the damn thing. Like I said, I'm looking
Absolutely.
forward to this. I'm looking forward to this debate.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, yes.
it shit. I know it's gonna be heated. I know it's gonna be one of those debates. you know, let's put it down in the record. So there you have it, man. There you have it. There again,
Hey.
9 o'clock. SVDL Solar
Oh, it's 9
Division
o'clock.
Debate League. Yeah, 9 o'clock. Solar Vision
Oh,
Debate League.
9
You know,
o'clock. Okay.
I'm gonna need
Okay.
all the arena to pop up in there, support, do what y'all do in the chat. So when I go back and watch later, I'll see all the encouraging remarks and comments and things of that nature. Yeah,
Right.
man, and all the good wishes and vibrations and energy and prayer and all of those good things like that, send them my way. But I'm coming in to eat. I'm
Absolutely.
coming in to eat.
Absolutely.
I wanted to tackle
Absolutely.
this debate from an unorthodox position.
And not
You know
only
what I'm
are you
saying?
going to eat in that debate, we the arena, we gonna eat in that goddamn chat because
Hey,
we hungry too. Goddamn it!
hey, man, I
So
heard that.
I wanna make sure if something don't sound in that damn chat, I'm gonna be like, no, no, no.
That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't
So
it. That ain't it.
so
I'm hoping to have a lot of those moments, man. I'm hoping to
oh
really just come
man.
in there, man, where I'm having a lot of moments where I'm hitting so hard, it's just, Negro catch Tourette's, just start blurting out shit. Rattlesnakes, Lucky Charms. Shit. I'm trying to give
Cocoa
you
Puffs,
all
Cocoa
of
Puffs.
it. Right. Sucker, Tash. I would come in. I'm trying to deliver head blows. I appreciate it, Deacon. That's what's up.
Man. Well, man, I hope Blue is ready, man, because you sound ready, Yanka.
Hey, man, I'm
You
ready, man. I'm
sound
feeling
ready. And
good
I'm
about
not
it.
saying that because I'm Team Arena. Let me get this straight because people are like, oh, Black Sun, he hyping up Yanga. He's to team. But let me tell y'all, I mean, Yanga's been doing this for a while.
Hey, man.
He's been doing this for a while. He's been doing this. Y'all go back and Blue, I hope you went back and did some research on some of them old arena shows.
Old arenas.
Yeah,
Back in the
man.
day
This
arenas.
is this is actually, and I'm not going to give anything away, but I'm just going to say this: that this debate tonight is what we've been doing on an arena for the last I don't know how many years,
Forever.
Yanga.
Forever. Forever.
So this is not new to
Forever.
you.
No, it didn't. It didn't. It didn't. Like I said, what I hope that it does, what I'm trying to offer here is, and anytime I get to debate, especially in areas that I'm familiar with, is
Mm-hmm.
a perspective, a way of looking at things. I'm offering political science. I'm offering a way to tackle, and that's basically what we're bringing to the ring, to challenge myself first and foremost. My mouth is closer to my ears, but to challenge the
Mm-hmm.
debaters to think outside the box.
Yeah.
So even with the way that I'm presenting this debate, I don't think he's going to see it coming. I don't think the debaters are. I think that they're going to be pleased, surprised. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, I hope it to be informative. But the way that I'm tackling this debate, the perspective I'm presenting, I think it's going to be something unique to the debaters. Like you said, you and I, it isn't going to be unique. This is just classic arena. This is what we
Yeah.
do.
This is what we do.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to be bringing that thing of what we do to a new audience. And I'm looking
Right.
forward to it, man. I enjoy it.
Yeah. You have a special gift. I don't know if you remember. Do you have that gift?
I'm not at the house, and I wanted to bring.
Oh,
I
damn.
know,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
know, I know,
shit.
I know, I
Oh,
know, I know, I
damn.
know, I know. You and me both. That was
Damn.
gonna be the added little push. I swear that was. And
Oh,
I got
damn. Yeah.
and I
That
got
would
some
have been.
spots in my debate specially for that.
Oh,
That would
yeah.
have been right on time with my
Damn.
bop bop. So, oh my god, oh my god, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So
Okay.
yeah, man.
We'll catch him next time, then. We'll catch him.
Absolutely,
Well, then,
absolutely.
since you're here, who do you have in your next? Who do you have in your scope?
Rio.
Rio,
I
yeah,
mean, they got me on the road like this, man. They let me go on to KOT, and I have that rematch to go on and put that to bed.
yeah, definitely.
That tiebreaker. So I appreciate that. They're giving me Blue, double master teacher,
Yeah,
sound debater. You know,
yeah,
brings his thing, does his shit. One of the people I would consider a top-notch debater. So
absolutely,
they're giving
absolutely.
me Blue. So you might as well keep the ball rolling, man. Give me the number one debater. Give me rank number one. Give me Rio.
Okay, okay.
Give me Rio.
Right. Okay. Okay. What about Asar? What about Asar? Shoot.
I have to see what you and Asar are gonna do. I'm going back. I'm
Oh,
sticking
that's
to
right.
my things, man. And Asar may not like what I'm about to say, but I have to call a spade a spade. I wasn't impressed with Asar and Rio's debate. I
Oh, you
was.
gonna make that boy? You gonna make that boy swing at me on
Hey
Sunday,
man,
bro?
he's
You gonna
gonna
make him
have to.
swing?
He's gonna have to.
I
He's gonna have
think
to. So I
I
mean,
think
he's
I
gonna.
gave him a softball with this debate with Jimi Hendrix,
Well,
man.
listen,
I
even
think
if
he's
I'm
competent.
predicting you for the win, I'm
I
predicting you
appreciate
for the
that.
win. But even if you take the win, Asar is going to have to show me some skills that I didn't see with him in Rio. That's just the bottom
Well,
line.
well,
I mean, no diss, but I'm not rushing to put Asar on my list as
got you.
one of those debaters. You know what I'm saying? I mean, right now, as far as the league is concerned, yeah, I'm he's not one of those. I'm trying to see Scheme and other
Oh
people
shit, yeah,
before that.
yeah,
But right
yeah,
now, immediately, if I had my choice to go next, Rio and I.
yeah. I think that'll be a good debate, man. Rio, I
Yeah.
know you listening, bro. Hey, Yanga's got you in the sights. He's
Yep.
got you in the sights, man.
And
Well,
then you know who I got it. And then you know who I got to get next.
who's that?
Trevor, the new addition to the
Oh
league. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I
oh
got to get
yeah,
Trevor out
man.
there.
Yeah,
Much
yeah.
love, Tree T.
Even though he's a family, yeah, he's got to get it,
Arena,
man. All that,
Spa,
yeah,
he's
man.
arena all day. We get our Spa on now.
Yeah,
I'm
he's a
teasing. No,
yeah,
right
yeah,
now, no, no. Not even Trevor. Trevor got it. Love Trevor. Trevor's the arena, man. Team arena. We got his back. But
yeah,
Trevor's gonna have to come in here, and Trevor's gonna have to show his ass.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
have to,
Definitely,
he's gonna have
definitely.
to work his way up, and he's got some shit. There's some good competitors. KOT, Akasha, Scheme,
Mm-hmm.
Madon Kemet. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying? Real. So there's gonna be some competitors. But I like Trevor's style. I have confidence in
I do. I like Trevor's
him.
style too, man. Trevor he has a little aggression going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I definitely can't wait to see his interview and how he handles that hound session. That's gonna be very telling. So yeah, man, team Marina, man. Hey, Trevor, man, do your thing out there, bro. I might,
Absolutely.
yeah, man. I definitely want to, yeah, definitely see him in the ring. So now you say Blue's one of the top debaters. I mean, he's double master teacher. He's the head guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I beat him. You beat him. What does that mean? Does that mean that y'all may come out of retirement? The Sith Lord?
Damn, I wasn't expecting that when they called that part.
I mean,
You know what? I'd
you
like to
can't
see.
beat up on the you can't beat up on the damn, what do I call Blue? Do I call him an OG, BG? What do I call him? Just the G. I mean, you beat up on the
G,
G. Yeah,
the
just the
G,
G.
the G.
Then the G.
You know what? And I'm not gonna celebrate too early. I
Okay, yeah,
haven't.
okay, fair enough, fair
Yeah,
enough. You know what?
I
Yeah,
haven't
right,
beat
right,
Blue
right, right.
yet, so
That's
I'm
what
not
I
gonna
said. If I
celebrate too
said,
early.
yeah,
But I appreciate the prediction. I would love to see Inyame come out of. I would love to see Inyame come out of retirement.
yeah. So what I
Maybe like I said before, we can talk to Solar, get some of the battle arena going. Just those temporary debates for people who want to come in and get a good spa session, get some
yeah,
blood racing
yeah.
and
I'm with
pouring.
yes, sir.
Get something like that. But yeah,
Yes,
man,
sir.
I love to see Inyame come out of retirement, man. I like to see him eat some asses up.
Yeah. I would like to see that my dang self, man. Yeah. Man, well, I'm excited about Trevor coming in. I'm excited about tonight's debate, and I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm excited about Asar. Now I know me and you, we said our things about Asar. I think Asar's gonna. I think he's gonna put up a good fight, man. I mean, he's standing by Jimi Hendrix.
I mean, he has.
He's standing by Jimmy,
Listen,
baby.
he has a good. His position,
Uh huh.
uh, everything, even the person that he's bringing into the debate is sound. But the
Yeah.
last debate was the same thing. I felt like he had a good position. I felt like he was in a place that could have
Oh.
offered a hell of a challenge. I didn't see him deliver. I don't want to give any predictions. So what I have to
Okay.
do,
Got you.
like
Got
I
you.
said, I don't know if that was a fluke, if that was a one-time thing, he's having a bad day.
Okay. Okay.
His game just wasn't tight. We have those. KOT knocked me out of the playoff on a fucking bad day, on a fluke. So we have those. I'm going to
True.
reserve my judgment. I'm going to hold that back, and he is going to have to bring the motherfucking pain, though. He's going to have to make up for that disaster of a debate that he had with Rio. It's just that simple. There's no way around that. There's no way. That shit was disastrous. I don't know what he's been telling himself about it. It was hands down colossal defeat for him. So he is going to have to come back, and even if he doesn't win, like I said before, even if he doesn't win, he is going to have to show skills definitely far more superior than he showed with the Rio debate. That's it.
I mean, but you got Jimmy, baby. I mean, how much skill do you need? You got Jimmy.
Man, listen, unless Jimmy resurrect himself and do that debate for him, he better damn, you know what I'm saying? He better bring that noise. Right. He better bring the damn pain.
Well, I did this research like he's going to bring the pain. So I'm expecting him to do better than what he did with Rio. I really do, because of the subject matter. You know, it's an easy subject matter. It's more laid back. It's lax. You don't have to slander nobody. Like the Kanye West was a whole slander. It was horrible. But this one allows not only that. I feel like I'm the underdog coming in because nobody knows who Tony Iommi is. Y'all have heard his music, but y'all really don't know his. In fact, I'm gonna give a fun fact. I'm gonna show you how much people steal from Tony Iommi. You familiar with Friday the 13th?
Yeah.
You remember choo, 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 choo.
Yeah.
That comes from Tony Iommi.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
You didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's heavy there.
It's a song called Children of the Grave. And at the end, he's like, choo, 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 up the grave, grave, grave. He was just, he was, Tony Iommi was a producer also, so he just experimented. I'm giving a freebie tonight. This is fun fact. Yeah, but it's just like a choo, choo, choo. So basically, now we've been doing Wrestling Wednesdays, right, Yanga?
Yeah, I know that.
Okay.
But I want to touch on that, what you were talking about with that Show Me Iommi. And just that little bit of tad bit that you had given. If that's any indication on how deep you are doing research or how deep you're gonna go in as far as in your debate, man, he better, listen, Asar better take that into consideration. He really better be listening. One of the things that Asar is gonna have to do, like you said, he has Jimi Hendrix, he has a great subject matter. I think there again, it's an opportunity for him to put up a good challenge. If not win, I'm taking you for the win, but to at least put up a good challenge. What Ansar is going to have to do, though, what I think I saw with the first debate with Rio is think outside the box. He's going to have to get deeper than mainstream.
Yeah. Well,
he's going to have to, you know what I'm saying? He's going to have to come harder than what Rolling Stone magazine says about Jimmy.
Now you being funny, Yeager.
I'm just saying.
Now you being funny.
I'm just saying, brother.
You're kicking the man. Come on now.
No, man.
I picked this topic so you would feel comfortable. So he
was so mainstream. He was so mainstream with that Rio debate. He was like, Kanye wore a mega hat. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're gonna have to. He's going to have to go more than just Rolling Stone magazine, more than just mainstream Jimi Hendrix. He's going to have to really go in there and show us why Jimi Hendrix will be considered the greatest.
Right.
You know?
Interesting. Okay. Because I've been doing my research on Jimmy. Because, I've already known about Jimmy, but I had to just go back and rebrush up on, I had to rebrush on Jimmy, baby.
You had to brush it off, baby booba. Oh, that's Bootsy. My bad.
No. I'm glad you said that. Guess who Bootsy gets that from?
No, who?
Jimmy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I guess I guess it's kind of unfair to say that because they actually come from the same period. They are actually the same age. So that's kind of unfair to say.
That was just a flavor.
Yeah, this is a flavor, baby. That's right. Yeah.
It's going to listen. Yeah. Some of the stuff that you've shared with me just over the course leading up to the debate with Ansar that you have, and Like I said, it was the same way when you shared me with Blue. I was like, oh shit. If Blue doesn't think outside the box, I said the same thing was my prediction. If Blue doesn't think outside the box, you're gonna kill him with this. And lo and behold, there it was. You know what I'm saying? He didn't think outside the box. You came straight political facts on him, left him totally just, he didn't see it coming. Same way I'm predicting for Ansar. If he doesn't think outside the box, and and he should go back. If anybody likes the man, y'all need to tell him come back and listen to this. Here's your warning, brother.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're not thinking outside the box, it is a wrap.
Yeah, yeah. You got to, man, when you come to Black Sun and Yanga, you got to think outside the box.
Yeah.
Then with the arena, we've been outside the box since goddamn hell. Since we interviewed the gubernatorial candidate, Rick Ross, or was it? I mean, hell, we got so many, man. I don't mean to brag. And let me just say this real quick, without giving anything away, Yanga. We've had King Noble on our show. Enough said. Enough said.
Yeah.
Okay, enough said.
Yeah. That's a show. That's a show in itself. We have to have black supremacy. You know, from the perspective of King Noble. I've had an opportunity to, and we've sat with King Noble several times.
Actually, 3 times
in the park.
Yeah,
had him on the times, into the studio a couple times. And some people would say he is the king of black supremacy. He is the man when related to that subject matter. And it is absolutely bonkers, man. It's a whole different, his perspective and take is just, we got to have a show on that. Let me just say that.
Yeah, we do.
That's a whole nother show. That shit is crazy.
Absolutely. It is crazy, man. We definitely gotta, and you know what? King Noble did a drive-by here a couple of months ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did a drive-by in the goddamn chat, man. He was black supremacy, and he just dipped out. I said, "Wait, is that King Noble?"
Noble, man. Shouts out to King Noble, man.
Yeah, shout out to King Noble. He did a drive-by. He sure did. He did a drive-by.
He is there with it. So.
Yeah, man, King Noble, brother. Yeah,
we've had some interesting people fall through, man. When you talk about the arena. By the way, man, go check that out. Check out some of our old shows. You can find it there, the Arena Uncensored, all one word on YouTube. Or it's on Sons. Shit, Hit Sons. Go check out some of those. Go see some of Young Yanga before the locks.
That's right. Yep.
All that old stuff.
Before the gray hair.
Do my thing. So
Yes, sir, man. Also, oh shit, Yanga. Man, oh shit. Oh man, it just fucking left my damn train of thought, man. We were talking about King Noble. And then, we had another guest on the show. Oh, it'll come back to me, man. God damn. Man, I'm so excited about this damn debate, man. Let me just say this because it was something relating to King Noble. I can't remember what it was. It'll come back to me later, man. But, again, man, I hope Blue brings a good fight. You know what I'm saying? I hope it's not a wash, brother. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope he swings back, Yanga. You my boy, Yanga, but I hope he swings back.
I think he will. I think he's gonna come out the gate swinging.
Okay.
He will.
Now there's two types of swinging. There's a swinging where you just do the windmill and duck your head down.
Yeah. I think he's gonna come out like he did with you. He's gonna come out with a stance.
Okay.
I just plan on overpowering it. It's like Mike Tyson says, everybody got a plan till they get hit in the face.
Oh, God.
So my plan is overpowering it. My plan is to catch him the way that I, coming at him with the debate is to put him in a box, to make him answer the tough questions from a position that he can't run from. You can't use fantasy. You can't use, if you go to biblical scripture, then I'd like to know where that can be substantiated, where it's more than just conjecture.
Yanga, please, Yanga, please don't tell me this is a Bible versus reality debate. Please don't tell me that. No,
I hope it doesn't turn to that.
Oh, please, Blue, don't do that.
Because here's the whole thing. I'm not even going to challenge his version of reality. I'm going to challenge his perspective of that reality. Does it really match? your current situation. Like,
right.
this isn't, you're not living in those days. Y'all just ain't wandering somewhere finding some unclaimed fucking territory or
Right.
fighting Hittites and Mittitites and shit.
Right, exactly.
There's actually a structure that is already in place that is substantiated and cemented by documents, three main documents: Constitution, Declaration, and Bill of Rights.
That's right.
And
Yes.
that by proximity, by happenstance or whatever, by your being right here on the shores of North America and in this construct called North America as an entity, you are a part of it.
Right.
You're a part of it.
Yeah.
So the question is, to me, do you participate in it or do you not? Is it beneficial to be an American? Is it beneficial to benefit from what America was founded on, from the so-called promises of America?
Oh, damn. Yeah, I'm just trying to. I'm sitting here, just like we had a conversation. I'm trying to figure out just for the sake of just easing my mind, like what can he do?
I mean,
And Yanga,
what can you? Right?
Yanga, oh, go ahead, Yanga, go
Go
ahead. I'm
ahead,
sorry.
brother. What did you say?
No, I'm feeling frustrated for Blue because I was doing the same thing when I did my debate with Blue. I said, "Damn, how is Blue going to get out of this?"
Yeah.
So I'm a little afraid for Blue right now. I'm a little afraid because I'm gonna say this, Yang, and I'm not trying to underestimate Blue. Based on the last arena conversation and based on the last debate, I'm a little worried about Blue.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think that his reasoning is going to be very subjective. I think that it's going to be largely based on his feelings. Trevor said, "Yang, as black people, do we fully get the benefits?" No, we don't. We don't fully get the benefits. That's a whole nother debate. Do we fully get the benefits?
Right, that's a whole different debate. Yeah,
of America? No, I say absolutely not. But fighting for the benefits, he asks, is it more beneficial to be American? Is fighting for those benefits? Have they proven to be beneficial? Absolutely.
Right now, I'm shaking my head because even though Trevor just asked that question, I have a feeling Blue's going to ask you that same question tonight. Oh my God.
Yeah. And I would ask, do we
Oh
fully get the full
man.
benefits? I'd say no. But it's more what you get based on the position as a black Hebrew, based on the position you are now. Being America can only be an advantage. It can only change the state circumstances or situation. An advantage, beneficial. How could it not? How could it be more disastrous than the state you're in now? You know what I'm saying? That's the question. Do we get all the benefits? Now, if he asks, do we get all the benefits? I'd say absolutely not. The fight for all the benefits has gotten us this many benefits.
Trevor, now you team Arena, but you keep coming with these questions, boy. I hope.
That's a good question.
No, it is a good question, but
I would say absolute. Are we fighting a losing battle? It depends what your battle is. If your battle is the full inclusion, like in my premise, you will notice I didn't mention Martin Luther King. If your battle is full inclusion into the American process, I believe you're fighting a losing battle. That's complete homogenation, complete assimilation, being completely considered an American to that degree at the extent of your identity, I think is a losing battle. What I'm going to show is that you don't have to lose your identity, and fighting, demanding the rights of an American, demanding those rights are grounds for revolution. Demanding the rights of an American. You know what I'm saying? That's the battle. Is that a losing battle? Not really, because the rights of an American are human rights, to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Do I want to be considered an American? Do I want to be equal as white America? Do I want to be looked at as white America? No. Do I want to be afforded the same opportunities and protections to grow and advance, basically like the Declaration of Independence say, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? Absolutely.
Right.
That's what the revolution is. The same shit. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So the cracker said at first, I don't want it. No.
Right.
He said, what you fighting for? Life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. The right to that. Well, our Constitution says that exactly. That's why I'm fighting you.
Right.
You're the one hindering me from what you said America is.
Right.
So I want that full American experience.
Right.
You know, wherever I go, I want that life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I can be in Africa. Does that make me an American then? Well, that's the Declaration of Independence. I want that shit. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
So, I guess you could say that.
Where you can go to escape it. They're hung up on the word America and the inhabitants of America. But when you're hung up, America was founded on what? What is the Declaration of Independence? Freedom and independence. It's founded on the right to self-determination. Who doesn't want, what is revolution? The right to self-determination.
Right.
What the problem is?
Because
white people did it.
Right. Trevor, you got time to jump on this panel? I know you got more questions for Yanga. I know you want to.
Jump on here, Trevor.
Because I see his. You know what? I can see his gears moving. I can see his gears moving right now.
Yeah. Because if that's a losing battle, what battle would he like to fight?
Right, because there's so many levels that we can fight on. Right.
I mean, well, what's the battle? Is if fighting for, see, they're getting caught up in the name America. What is America? America is a construct. What is that construct a symbol of? America is a symbol of freedom and independence. What is the Constitution? What are the Bill of Rights? What is the Declaration of Independence? What are these documents? Fuck who signed them. Fuck who we say constructed them. What do the documents, what are the wordings of the documents? And when you read the wording of the document, you will find, as a revolutionary,
they not ready, Yanga. They not ready, Yanga. They not ready.
You were fighting for the absolute same thing that they were fighting for. The absolute same thing. You don't want to be in no government. You don't have representation. You don't want any government that would hinder you from the practice of what you deem to be expansion, success, tolerable for you, good for your lifestyle. That's what is found in these documents. So I don't know what other battle than that us as black people would be fighting.
Damn,
not to get these crackers to live up to their document. That's the fight.
Like the Panthers. Oh shit, man. Let me be quiet, boy. Boy, Yanga, you boy.
Exactly. Every revolution, like you so adequately pointed out in the Ukraine debate, their revolution that led to the separation was inspired and founded on their Constitution.
Facts.
The Black Panthers did the same thing. Our Declaration of Independence will be founded on the very same thing that they declared independence from: tyranny, oppression, no representation, no protection. We saying we want all the same shit that y'all scream to Great Britain about, you hypocrites.
Right.
And we will use that. We will get that by any means. By the same shit that you did. Second Amendment right. Bearing arms. A well-regulated militia. The very same shit that you did.
That's what I wanted to say, because I was so thinking about King Noble, but that's what I wanted to say. I wanted Bluu to gain some strength from the last debate, man. And I'm hoping, I mean, just from, like I said, I don't know what's going to happen tonight, Yanga. But I know when Bluu, from the time he did debate with me and when he came on the arena, it's like, Bluu, if you're listening, man, what happened, baby? What's that?
Listen, man, we said, as black people, we said, we've been knocked out of our senses. It's hard to really look at our position objectively. It's hard to load in the data and not have your own emotions attached to what you're downloading.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying? To
right.
look at
Yeah.
this objectively and say, okay, here are the facts, just as they are, as brutal as they might be. Here are the facts.
Well,
And
that's
what
what.
would be the best move from this position based on the facts?
Well, see, Yang, and this is why when I had a conversation with Trevor about sellouts. See, you and I, we're trained. We're not civilians. So, with that being said, we can look at it objectively because that's what militaries do. They look at how did they lose this position? How did they lose this ground? You have to look at it there. That's just a military mindset. If you can't get past that, then you are not cut out for war. You're not cut out for any battles.
Yeah, it's just that simple. It's just that simple. So with that trauma that we carry, being knocked out of our senses, we've landed in a fantasy world. A lot of our strategies are heavily influenced by escapism, whether that be through God told me to do this, or just good feelings, or consulting the magic 8 ball. Whatever we do, a lot of our strategies are based on that type of perspective, a very subjective, a very personally
Well,
influenced position.
Yang, I want to say I don't want to downplay our trauma, but the people in Vietnam went through trauma. The people of
Yeah.
Cambodia went through trauma, but they still beat the United States. So what do you say to something like that?
Um, you know, I the thing that I would say is, one, when we look at other revolutions, we have to factor in the very thing that I think Bluu is looking for, and a lot of these religious identity, cultural nationalist groups are looking for, and that's power through cultural affiliation or
Right.
religious identity. Um, and so when you look at revolutions,
Are you accusing Brew of doing a Ron Karenga?
basically, basically,
Damn.
basically,
Okay.
basically.
All
So when
right.
you look at revolutions around the world, one of the things that these revolutionaries have in common that we don't have is their culture was never really stripped from them to that degree. So you just add the political element. Their culture is their everyday to day dialectics. It's how they go about it. So just adding the political element just really shows them how taking control of the government, taking control of their own destiny through politics, through the government, will strengthen their day-to-day culture. What we find is, even if we start to take control of politics or get in politics, this cultural void we hold leaves a big question for the direction of Black people. We're not unified as far as the direction because we're not unified on what we are in our position or our state in so-called America.
Yeah, but what if Blue tries to use that against you? Say, oh, well, but if you're Hebrews, we would be able to unite and be able to do A, B, and Z. What would your
I would say absolutely. And if everybody sent Yanga a dollar in cash app, I guarantee you that we could build something around that. I say it's purely conjecture. If we all united around that, you have to show me a working model. You would
right?
have to show me a working model. You would have to show me examples of where not accepting the benefits of America, not acknowledging the already not acknowledging the construct that you are already a part of, voluntarily or involuntary.
Yang, he's
So you
got
would
the
have
over.
to show me where complete denial of that and separation of that is more advantageous to the position that you're in. If is conjecture. I can't go on if.
Right, 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 right. Well, we got a response from Trevor, and then we got the Sith Lord in the house. Shout out to Inyame. So his okay. So Trevor says Blue's position, as I understand, is being American Hebrew. We would have our own flag. So I guess we would need Blue to answer that, or could
We'd
you?
have to, because yay. But I mean,
Okay.
and shit, the homosexuals got the rainbow. They took the whole fucking, the
Damn.
flag. That's just
Oh shit.
It's not enough.
Right.
It's not enough.
Woo.
You know, they're giving out flags. Shit.
I see we're gonna have to take this boy Trevor through the training ground here, boy. He
Yeah.
don't understand goddamn outwood survival here, out in goddamn up in the swamps there, boy.
Yeah.
He been living goddamn comfortable all his life, boy. We're gonna have to get some training on this boy here.
Yeah.
Yang, am I gonna have to send Trevor the White Son to get him some training?
And I doubt it.
I don't. Okay.
Yeah, I doubt it. I don't think he would receive that. You know.
You don't think Trevor and White Son get along too well, do
No,
you, down there, Yang?
no.
Okay then.
No.
Oh shit. Oh shit, boy. See, they don't know about White Son. See,
Yeah.
Boy, shit. One of these debates, White Son is gonna come all the way out. God damn it.
You know, I was gonna address too Inyame's thing where he says culture must come first.
Okay. That's actually a good response. I like that. Okay.
I think they're two separate questions. You know, I don't think we can afford to look at things linear, like what must come first. Because when you say culture comes first of all, that in itself is a question. That in itself raises a whole nother dilemma. What is culture? What are we defining as culture? I think that culture will begin to evolve itself once, and addressing the politics should be a part of the Black culture. That should be a part of our culture, because our culture, there are going to be little things that are particular and unique for each individual. But our politics, we can be unified on. Politically, we have one enemy. We have, or if not one enemy, politically, we can lump people who are trying to keep us down.
Okay.
Culturally, we're going to disagree all the time. Culturally, Muslims are going to disagree with Christians. Christians are going to disagree with Muslims. E5, voodoo, all vice versa. However, our stance, our survival politically, economically, is, I think, something we can unify on and around. Economically, we know that we're exploited and discriminated against, from predatory lending to redlining.
Now, wait, hold up a minute. Because culture involves food here, and you niggers don't agree with goddamn eating healthy. I don't know about all that.
That's why I said that's why I'm talking about the cultural, trying to unify on a cultural understanding first, so to speak. I think it would just be a humongous waste. You know, every culture or every person that participates in a cultural understanding, let them have the freedom which America gives you. See, here's my thing. The very thing that you're trying to demolish and disassemble actually protects a lot of us who may disagree with you. America gives you the freedom of religion. What if I don't agree with you?
Yeah, stop giving away the debate. Stop giving away the debate. God damn it. Stop giving away the debate.
Yeah, that culture piece, man, shit. That's a bad, man. That's a tough sale, man.
But nice try. See, and y'all, we gonna get you out of retirement, bro.
Yeah.
We gonna get you out of retirement. We're gonna beat up on your whole camp until you're forced to goddamn come out of retirement. You hear that, y'all, man? Oh yeah. Black Son and Yang, we gonna whip up on all of the dark side. We whipping up on all of them in any other camp. In fact, we might have to convert everybody over there to the arena uncensored. White power?
Right.
White power? White power? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just, okay.
I know you wasn't waiting on me to respond.
Somebody in the chat. Somebody give me a white eye.
Ain't nobody in the chat. You lucky they don't hold up lynch ropes for your ass.
Hey, that was white,
son.
Hey,
you ain't gonna get us to holler that shit.
Hey, that's White Son there. You ain't got nothing to do with White Son. That White Son all the way there. So, oh man. Hey, shout out to Twin. Twin just made it in.
Twin was good.
Yeah, man, was good. Twin was good. I'm the final boss of the game. Oh shit! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, y'all.
Level up.
Yeah, man. Hey, all right. I respect that in y'all, man. Yeah, hey,
Absolutely,
they don't call him a
absolutely,
Sith Lord for nothing, man. So hey,
absolutely.
respect.
I'd like to see Inyame on the debate. I know that'll be high powered because our views are so similar.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I think the
yeah.
thing that probably, if anything, Inyame and I would the debate will be about is the interpretation or perspective of Pan Africanism and nationalism and the order of things. What comes first? Because I can see Inyame as a strong Pan Africanist
Oh, absolutely,
in that
absolutely.
order, Pan Africanist nationalist.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, where I'm a nationalist Pan Africanist.
So it's really tomato. That's what y'all be debating. Right.
To a degree, it just depends on what you put in an order, where the emphasis is. You know, there's emphasis. Like,
Right,
I'm very strong nationalist. Like, my flag is black, red, and green.
right.
I'm that strong of a nationalist.
Yeah.
So it's just, how with the emphasis you put on. But I run with some nationalists that are super strong. Shouts out to my mentor Akil Walker, uh, who he's one of them ultra black nationalists, super strong. He has a problem with Marcus Garvey. That's how hard
Oh yeah.
of a
Oh yeah.
nationalist
Yeah.
he is.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it like you said, it's the ideology of black nationalism, Pan Africanism is like any other ideology. It runs the spectrum. You have people from moderate to extremist.
Damn. You know what? And you just made me think about a line of question that Blue could actually ask you, but you would already swat that down because of our conversation earlier about Malcolm X and the Black Panther Party. So, you know what? I hope Blue is ready. Blue, I hope you're ready. Because you got to understand that this is nothing new to me and Yanga. You know, we presented black nationalism to the masses long time ago, so we
Yeah.
know all the ins and outs. When I say all the ins and outs, we know all the ins and outs about nationalism and nationhood. So that's why I always ask first thing I ask, what is your end game? Oh
Yeah.
shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Sith Lord in the house.
There he
What?
goes.
Yes, sir.
Peace,
What's
peace.
good in y'all, man?
I
Peace.
don't usually like getting on while I'm driving, but man, I like this topic so much.
Yes, sir.
I
Okay,
had to
what's
hop
going
on.
on, Blackologist? Yeah, man. We sitting here talking about this debate, going in this debate, which leads to great questions all around the board about the position of black people and the benefits utilizing certain instruments. Are they beneficial or detrimental to the advancement of black people generally, and specifically to, in my debate, black Hebrews, but to any group of people? Is it beneficial to use Americanism? And I would say that any revolutionary, any black person in America, that it can only be advantageous to challenge America to its promises, to hold true to what it says it is about. And that anytime that America has actually acquiesced, and even if it pretended to hold true to those promises, it has been beneficial for black people.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I definitely think we should use our citizenship to its full potential. The model I would use is the Jews and Zionism.
Yeah.
This is where we differ, Younger. I mean, as far as putting black people first, the, the political part, I agree. I just don't think we can overtake any area within the walls of the United States. I think if there's going to be a battle, it's going to be on a land where where we dominate the land, whether that land be Brazil, Haiti, or sub-Saharan Africa. That's that's how I see it.
Yeah.
But
I don't.
inside of America, we can have political people in key positions to make sure the United States treat us fairly in whatever we do.
Right.
If we say we're going to support Haiti, that's what we're going to do, and we're going to have our allies in Haiti and our allies in the United States do whatever is necessary to make sure Haiti get what it deserves, or
Right.
it's
Well,
just due. Or, however, I'm speaking hypothetically.
absolutely. Absolutely. But my question would be this, Inyame. Like you were saying, taking over land within the confines of America. Um, what does this land look like? Is it all black? Is it because what essentially it depends what you call taking over a land in America. If you get a city like we look at Jackson, Mississippi with
Uh,
Chokwe's son, you know what I'm saying? What is taking over? Black people own, control the political power down there. They are in the municipalities and things of that nature. Everything from postman to dog catcher, not just the mayor of the city. So I think that's a model of places that we actually could, if you're talking about control, actually could retain some type of control that is feasible as a process. I don't know. No one has presented me anything where we've left and had land, been successful in an actual physical repatriation out from Liberia to Ben, Ben Israel, the Demoan Hebrews. You know what I'm saying? No one has shown me where physical repatriation has been successful as maintaining control right here in America. Black Wall Street, Rosewood. I mean, we've always seemed to have more control economically, politically, even socially, culturally at times, right here in America than we have had experimenting with physical repatriation. What would you say to that?
I would say we have more control outside of America than we did inside. But
What
now
would, can you
financially,
show me an
yes, we have
example?
more. What's that?
Give me an example.
Sierra Leone, as an example.
We as Black Africans from America have control, or are you just Black people in general?
No, black people from America went to Sierra Leone
Okay.
and helped
What?
build that nation.
Okay. Okay.
In recent times, we haven't done it in recent time. But that's a. I mean, I'm not saying Sierra Leone is the holy place, and it's the. I'm just saying we left here and started that nation, and it's still running. You know, I think we can do that again, where we physically have our own economy, our own political system, manufacturing, production that we control and run, and the biggest of all, a military that we control.
I think we would run into the same problems over there that we run into over here. And that's us. Wherever we go, we gonna be there. And so I think
Right.
that I think like what you were saying when it goes into a cultural piece, that really it's about changing the mindset. And I believe that America, if we are willing to fight like that in a foreign in on other lands, that if we put that same type of fight, since we're talking if we had that same type of fight and that same type of cohesion, we could do the same thing here. If we're saying if, I'm looking at our state as exist and what would be more advantageous. The first thing that you have to get together to even make that something that could even be feasible is the unity piece. We already exist over here with a common oppressor that we clearly see the common goal is to repress us, to keep us from advancing. That alone is enough to unify upon. And
Right.
through the politics, like I said, if we were willing to fight, but through the politics, that gives us the grounds to argue about their hypocrisy. The very fact that they say that they're founded on this and that and don't actually live up to it. And I'm gonna pass it to you. Take this.
But yeah, I definitely agree that it has to start here. I'm not saying let's just pack our bags and take a flight to Brazil. I'm saying, so in a game of chess, I'm looking to checkmate your king. That's my ultimate goal, to checkmate your king. But I got a bunch of moves before I get to your king. So I say the cultural piece is first. Just like, okay, which pawn am I gonna move a pawn first, or I'm gonna move my knight out first? What is the first move I'm gonna make on this board on my way to your king? So I'm saying we get to a spot where we control Jackson, Mississippi, and I mean everything is nothing is perfect, but we got control of Jackson, Mississippi. We show the model. We go to New Orleans. We do the same thing in New Orleans. The culture piece is there. We go to Atlanta, and I'm saying at that point we're gonna meet a lot of resistance. And when we meet that resistance, what is the next move? You mentioned Wall Street. To me, it's the same play. When they met that resistance, they packed their bags up, and some went to different cities, and some went to California. They just said, "Look, we don't even want to deal with it." So we're saying this time around, when we meet that challenge, what are we going to do? And so that's what I'm saying in my head. What would be our next move?
Man, I'm sorry I missed some of it because I had to take an important phone call. Give me a brief recap before
So
the next move.
so I was just saying, like in a chess game,
Yeah.
my ultimate goal is to check to check your king.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I'm not going to do it in one move. So I'm not saying let's do it in one move. There's a bunch of moves I have to make before I even get to your king. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're a strong opponent, I'm not looking to do no tricks. I know I got to strategize. I got to have my tactics. I got to move, counter your move. So I'm saying the first move is definitely right here. Right here. Like you say, let's say we take over a Jackson, Mississippi. We got all our pieces in place, and it's successful. And then we go to New Orleans, and I'm saying New Orleans because that's where I was born. I love the city. And then we meet our resistance, and the resistance. Let's say we got the political stronghold. They can't get us politically. Financially, we're strong. We know the next move is a physical altercation. What what is our next moves after that? And I know this is all hypothetical.
Yeah, it's very it's very hypothetical. That's why it's these type of things are hard to answer because it could go either way. But you physically, if we had our place and they tried to confront us physically after the confrontation, we would hope that if we had a defense, if we had a military, that they would take those precautions that come with a fledgling nation. We'd be a fledgling nation at war. That's why I say those are the very real things that we would have to look at anywhere we go. So I say, like you say, like you were talking about Zionism earlier, and the Jewish people whom have a home state, but before they got their home state, um, they had support from the Jews in other regions. One of them being America. What I'm saying is that with the if we're gonna be look at the position we're in realistic and want to take advantage of the position that we're in, there's nothing within the documents, the laws, policies of America that would hinder us from advancing. Nothing in the writings. If we're going to fight that extringently, if we're going to fight that hard anyway, since we're talking about ifs, if we're fighting that hard to the point where they physically want to come in and eradicate us. If we took that and begin to do like the Jews and begin to monopolize certain markets, or like the Koreans do with the black hair care products, play the game like they play it and start monopolizing certain shit, we'd see a drastic difference, because the difference between us and them is we are a very intrinsic part of the construct of America, especially economically. You know what I'm saying? They rely on our trillions of dollars. If that trillions of dollars became directed in an American economy, do you know how much power and influence black people would have? They rely on our apathy to American politics. They rely on our not giving a fuck about American politics. They rely on unaccountable, unsensible spending habits. They rely on just our complete niggerism. But once we take control of our destiny within the very confines, within the very documents that they've written, I think that we would find it to be advantageous. And then clearly, we would be clear on who the enemy is. Right now, them providing all of these freedoms, democracy, the freedom of religion, the right to tote guns, all of this shit right there, they can honestly say, we're not suppressing you. We can honestly say, we're not suppressing you. It's you're not participating in the process that is keeping you down. Even though we know that's not the complete truth, but that's at least what could be put out there, and our non-participation would actually add credence to that.
Right. Okay. So I understand what you're saying with the Constitution, but let's say even in Jackson, Mississippi, and I used to work in Jackson, Mississippi, and there's some very bad areas. We would have to get control of the streets, and there would be some direct confrontation, because, and I want people to know, a lot of these corporations that have all of these billions, they don't have billions because they're dealing legally.
Mm-hmm.
They got some underground stuff going on also, and they control the streets. We would have to control the streets, and there will be confrontation there. And so what I'm saying, on our way to securing Jackson, Mississippi, there's going to be some underground battles going on also.
Absolutely. I mean, in securing your position, there's going to be all types of things that take place. What I'm saying is, it isn't as if they aren't taking place now. They're just not coordinated efforts, nor are they efforts along the same lines trying to achieve the same goals. That's to answer Trevor's question. So why haven't we advanced already? Because we all haven't clearly defined what advancement means. Trevor, that cultural piece, that identity crisis that black people suffer from really have been a big hindrance. We don't do the art. We don't practice the art of allowance. We don't practice tolerance. We get so emphatical about our beliefs. If someone doesn't believe how we believe, then they're wrong. Our advancement will come when we really recognize, in my opinion, of course, that there is one common enemy trying to suppress us, and that the goal is not just survival, but thriving. Despite your beliefs, despite your diet, despite all of these little nuances, it will be measured by our unity will be the need and the necessity to thrive. That's it. And we address anything that begins to hinder that. Laws that are specifically targeting us with disproportionate prison sentences, food deserts in our community, things of that nature. Information campaign is a very big thing. Once we know better, we do better. But it's a war on all fronts, and it's like what you said, Inyame. It's going to be It's going to be fought above ground and underground. We have to win over the gangbangers. We have to win this culture that we're talking about. Has to be an all-inclusive culture of success and prosperity, and a culture. Yeah. So
I agree.
Yeah, that's just all, that's just all a part of it. It's something like Zionism. I mean, we have working examples, maybe not directly in our community. We have aspects of it. It's just we veer off into religion. But we have a working example in the world with Zionism.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. And it's something that we started as black people with places like Sierra Leone
yep,
and Liberia.
yeah,
We
yeah,
just didn't give the support. Even Haiti, when Haiti won their independence, I
right,
think 10,000 African Americans went to Haiti,
yep,
and half of them left because they said they practiced Catholicism. They didn't have the right. A lot of them didn't like the Christianity that was there,
yeah,
Right.
or it was the conditions was too harsh, so they
mhm,
came back to. And these are the free blacks. They came back to the United States.
right, and
So we've had those opportunities, but we just felt like it's better within the United States. And so I'm gonna give an example, with Ashata Shakur. I mean, one of our greatest revolutionaries, not, let alone female. Look, Cuba had to take her.
yeah,
Now, many black people, helped fight the Cuban Revolution, but they wanted to throw her in prison and
absolutely,
sacrifice her. But
yep,
Cuba took her. So I'm saying in those situations where we have established something outside, they're trying to get our people here inside the borders of the United States. We just send them to places where we've already had these allies, and they can't touch them.
absolutely, and we're gonna have to continue to do that until our struggle is legitimized. If our revolution, one of the things that we're being cheated in history is the Black Panther Party, and that whole 70s was not looked at as a revolutionary movement.
Right,
If it was looked at, if we fought and made our history legitimized, and that as a revolutionary movement, Asada Shakur, Matula Shakur, Mumina Abu Jamal, and many others that I, have it's slipping my memory now, political prisoners, would be just that, labeled political prisoners. But since we haven't elevated our struggle, they are looked at as criminals and held by state
right.
and national law, not international law. See, once again, our failure to legitimize our struggle. And to answer Trevor's question, why haven't we advanced? I don't know, Trevor. That's a debate. I would say we have advanced from where we were 400 years ago. I say me talking to you on internet through YouTube is an advancement. So it's that would just have to be measured. What are you calling advanced? But yeah, legitimizing our struggle. Stop not having. That's what the whole identity thing is about. Once we can recognize and come together on us as a people, the crime committed against the children of Africa. You know what I'm saying? And us, particularly as Black Africans here in America, we're talking about reparations, and then we're talking about, like I said, elevating our struggle to a revolutionary struggle. Therefore, we want the charges to be elevated to international charges and no longer held in national or state courts. We want an international tribunal. What you had was a failed revolutionary attempt. There's revolutionary leaders that done less than what some of these people have done and haven't done as much time as our freedom fighters and political prisoners.
Wait a minute.
Since
Trevor.
you take that bait,
Tre-
take it.
oh
Take
shit.
it. Take it. Take it.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, I would
mm-hmm.
argue that we have advanced. The whole thing is, measuring your advancement, being to where we were to where we are now, and you'd have to tell me how we haven't advanced.
Yeah, Trevor, that'd be a steep hill to climb. Damn. Ooh, man.
You know, there again, what I'm telling you, subjective reasoning. You would allow your emotion, and we ain't a fans because they killed Trayvon Martin. You know, when you look at objectively and load in the data from then to now, yeah, it's an undeniable advancement. Is it the advancement I'd like to see for us as black people? No, but it's an advancement nonetheless. I'd take that debate.
You hear that, Trevor? Trevor's going to have to rethink that one.
You know, like I said,
I will spin it. I will put a spin on it. Are we trending downward at this point? Have we reached the peak and now we're trending down?
That'd be a good debate, because I would almost agree with that. I think that black people's concept of the American dream has been one that America has fed us. It has been an intentional programming, and that is materialism and consumer capitalism. You know, black people's concept of the American dream is consumption. How much they can own, how much shit they got, this and that. When, you know, the reverse of that is about ownership. Even the strong American capitalists dream of monopolies. So there's a, you know, the American dream is different for different inhabitants and occupants of this landmass. So absolutely, the direction that we've gone into, it's a downward trend, because I believe we think being American or being free is about consumption, the freedom to consume as much as we want, when at one point in time when we were oppressed and that oppression was in our face, then I think that the objective was a lot clearer, and it was about the advancement of the race. So things that we did was about advancing the race. What's going on, Trevor? The architect.
What's up? What's up?
Peace.
What's going on, brother?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, see, I'm driving, so I couldn't type in the chat. But see, I was driving my point, like what Nyame just said, because I think right now, as we stand as a black community, that we're basically on life support. So when I say I'll take that debate, that's what I mean. Because I mean, you could point to the right to vote and beat me in a debate that we advance, but I could show you other areas that we haven't moved and we're trending downward.
Yeah,
I mean, because it sounds good that we always talk about, you know, we could go to another, we could take over Mississippi. I always say let's take over Texas, but can we really do that? Do we have the resources to do that? Do we have do we have a plan in place? And will enough people step out of the way to allow that type of advancement to move on? I don't think so.
Right. Now that's the question. Absolutely. I don't think that part. I think we have the resources. I think we have the ingenuity. I think we have all the things, the capability, all of those things. Do we have the unity of purpose? And that's where you and I would agree. I don't think we as a people possess the unity of purpose. I think that we have bitten into the illusion of what America is offering now, so that we don't participate fully, so that we don't take a full advantage of the so-called American dream, or what America says that it offers its people. So they feed us a different type of America. But you will notice the foreigners that come over here who aren't fed the type of America that we're fed, who don't buy into consumer capitalism or materialism to that degree, bite into the America that is presented to the farmers. Give us your heavy burden laden with weary and all of that shit. And here they will find an opportunity to success and prosperity on the back of the nickel. Open a store.
So Yanga, let me ask you a question. What is, because I heard you mention it, what is the American dream? What do you think the American dream would be for the black community?
How it is now, The dream they're giving us now, I said, is consumption, consumer
No,
capitalism, and imperialism.
well, no, I'm saying what is the ideal American dream? Like what's the American dream?
What is founded in their Declaration of Independence? The exact, I would even go so far as to say the exact wording. I wouldn't even dare change anything.
You talking about the pursuit of happiness?
Yes. Yes, to live that life unencumbered, unhindered, and any time that the government fails to provide that becomes destructive to those ends, that it is my right to overthrow that government. Everything that they said, that is the American dream. Now, manipulation, people intervening, intentional hindrance and obstruction from that is the problem we face. But you will find every freedom fighter, every revolutionary, even the reformists have said that this document in its totality, unmolested, left alone, is a revolutionary document that if human beings stood on, could advance everyone. Just unfortunately, the reality of the situation is race. Shit, and that's real, and that's something we can't get around. You know what I mean? There is a race question. But the American dream, to go back to your question, the American dream, it to me would be what they founded America on. Those two documents and the amendment to the Constitution, which is known as the Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence, Constitution, and the Bill of Rights.
So what do you think would have to happen for us to be able to reach that American dream?
No, that's a whole, like I said, another thing. I think it goes back, but to put it in a nutshell, it would be unity of purpose. We would have to all understand that to be the dream. And when we understand that to be the dream, we would have to identify those things: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, freedom from hindrance and obstructions. Then we would have to identify those hindrance and obstructions. Some we see: police brutality, poor education, prison, the preschool to prison pipeline. Some of the obstructions are blatant, and we see those obstructions hindering us from the so-called American dream. But there would have to be, like Inyame is talking about, that revolutionary culture, a aspect of our culture that is resistance to immorality, that is resistant to the shit that would make us consume to our detriment health-wise, our eating habits, spending habits. A lot of it is really self-inflicted, and how we perceive ourselves and ourselves in relation to America. Point number 5 of the Black Panther Party for self-defense was, we want a true education that teaches the nature of this decadent society and our relation to this decadent society, or our relation to America. So
right, that's a great point. I just want to stop you on that. That's a great point. And Amos Wilson talks about that. The education for Black children is not the same education for white children.
Right.
So I'm about to go in this store. I'm about to go on mute, but I'm gonna still be listening. So my last question to you, because you mentioned morality, you mentioned eating habits and things of that sort. Isn't that what Blue's saying from the biblical narrative?
Yeah. And I would agree. I would agree with that, but not to the exclusion of Americanness. He's not talking about participation in the economic process. He's not talking about participating in the political process of having representatives to represent your fact. Who represents him? God, his holy priest. Who appoints them? How do you spend? What is your welfare program? What does your healthcare program look like? You know what I'm saying? What are the rights of the people? So yeah, we will agree on the morality aspect. America gives you that. The First Amendment is the right to practice your religion with no hindrance. Americanism gives you that right. What Blue would be missing out on is the benefits of every other right. And in a totally Hebrew society, the inhabitant would miss out on the benefits of every other right. Are they allowed to carry arms? You know what I'm saying? What if they want a good pork chop?
Right.
You know, in this society, you're not forbidden a good pork chop. When I say morality issues, it's not something enforced on you. It's something that part of your culture says, hey, consuming too much of this is bad for my health. It isn't God making me not. It isn't the Muslim saying this is haram. God says it is a culture that says I myself must be responsible and know when to pull up. That's the culture. Bluu says that you can't have that freedom being a man. There's no benefit. I'm saying it's beneficial for Black Hebrews to claim their Americanism. Why wouldn't it be? What are you trying to do that America hinders you from doing? Besides impose your morality on other people.
And kill other people.
It doesn't say that you have to be homosexual, but what do you want to do? Stop homosexuality? It doesn't say you have to drink alcohol, but what do you want to do? Stop people from drinking alcohol? You need to say what it is that you want and that America is hindering you from doing. And the only thing that could be is imposing your views on other people.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to come against the document, the Constitution, as a document. But we all know reality. The reality
That's
that people don't follow the document.
That's it, and that's what this is all based on. You know, the argument, my debate isn't whether Americanism is better than Hebrewism. It isn't, is America the best ideology? That is my debate. My debate is simply, is it beneficial for Hebrews to be Black Americans? It's a simple debate for me. You have to show me why that isn't beneficial, and I will show you through empirical data, through facts, that every person who has participated, Black person that is, has participated in Americanism, it has been to their advantage. Have they gained everything they wanted? No, but it has elevated their state. It has changed their circumstances and their conditions.
Okay, Yanga. I'm gonna sound like White Son right now. What's stopping y'all from getting what you want?
Yeah,
Y'all worst enemy.
There it is. You've said it. We've become our worst enemies based on apathy, not claiming our Americanism, not taking advantage of participating in the school boards to change the curriculum, especially in cities where we're the majority. What Malcolm was teaching us, where you're the majority, you should be in control. Taxation, representation. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we talk about this police brutality, but people have heard me say, when you ride through these neighborhoods at election time, sheriff is an elected position. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of things just come from, like I said, the state of apathy, not getting involved with the things that affect us directly. We are cattle. We have been, it really is a cattle thing. We've been domesticated in its highest form. We've been taken care of. There's nothing that you do that you have to factor in politics. They should make it mandatory that you factor in politics in your life. If I was over the Black community, but then I'd be getting like, see, let's talk about fantasy. In my perfect world, all Negroes participate in politics. You know what I'm saying? But it should be, man. But since these things don't directly affect us, we have a very laissez-faire, a very lackadaisical attitude towards politics and economics. We're domesticated. Go punch a clock, get a paycheck, go spend, stuff your face, go to sleep, shit, fuck, go back to work.
But that would be that culture piece I'm talking
That's
about.
Exactly. That's that culture piece that you're talking about. Which I think is essential. And that culture piece, like I said, that culture piece containing resistant elements, and part of resistant elements is the need to, if not participate in the politics, be aware of the politics happening around you. Like you said, we look at an example, we look at Hades, which should be celebrated. amongst all African people throughout the diaspora, not just in America, throughout the diaspora. The first independent black nation.
Right.
Slaves, former slaves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That should be the beacon. That should be our Mecca. Like the Muslims go to Mecca for Hajj, niggas should be breaking their neck to go to Hades. Bringing sand back in their pocket. Bringing a rock back. We should go make so many trips bringing rocks back. It shouldn't even be an island anymore.
Right. Right.
But due to education, due to the brainwashing, they intentionally make sure Haiti is not held in such high esteem. They penalize Haiti. Man, Haiti is so broke and poor that the children and the human beings eat something over there called mud cookies.
Yep.
Just to put something in their stomach. Yet you're talking about the free first black republic. Slaves, where else in Israel? Slaves thrown off the shackles of their slave masters and took over. And like I said, we so fucked up. We so fucked up. We don't even hold that to. We'll break our neck getting the Mecca. He must make Hajj.
Right. but not only that, they use the same principles that created the Constitution, the rights of man and the citizen.
Yes.
The same principles.
The same principles. That's what I'm saying. Americanism is founded on revolution. They trick us with the America. They throw America up there and put some crackers on some money, and we're ready to throw the whole ideal out the window. But we can hold their feet to the fire of the ideal, and that be the reason we fire shots based on that same principle. And what you will have, if you don't ally yourself with white people, you will have white people staying out of that fight because they will understand it's a constitutionalist fight. Even if you don't use them for your support and them ally yourself with you, you will find white people say, I ain't got no bone in that fight because there's a fight based on constitutional rights, their rights to exist unmolested. That's founded in the founding documents. That's stated in the founding documents.
Right. I even found a slave revolt in Louisiana. They had got a copy of the rights of man and the citizen, and they revolted against the slave master based on those principles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Early 19th century. So it's been a part of our culture for a long time, but the problem, you said it before, is we haven't been educated in these things. And so we become these consumer zombies. Like you say, get up, brush my teeth, go to work, come home, eat something, get some love and go to bed, do it again tomorrow. And that's pretty much our life. But if we make it part of our culture, the principles that we fought for are almost universal, and people are dying to get these principles, the rights of man, the rights of the human and the citizen. Those are staples of black people here in America that we should hold up high, but we've kind of just thrown everything to the side. We have, like you say, for consumerism.
Yeah.
For bling.
Consumerism, materialism. Man, you get that, man, let me tell you something, man. Pizza, PlayStation 5, a little this, a little that, man. You forget about the outside of world. The
I know.
Really affect man. Like you said, but when you find most foreign groups, I had the privilege of living in, for most that know, my base spiritual language is Islam. So I had the privilege of living in a Somalian community amongst the Somali people. And when I tell you, they will say, you would ask, well, what does anybody do? Doesn't everybody work, sleep, eat, make the wonderful times with their mate, wake up and do it all over again? Yes and no. Here's what the Somalis did. Not only did they do that, but like once a week, they would take out time to go to their meeting hall and discuss the direction of the Somali community. They would have council people come in and speak to them specifically about their concerns as Somalian Americans, how they felt discriminated against at this place, how they needed to. And The next time I went into the DMV or area, guess what they had in there? Somali interpreter. So not only did they get what they need with a Somali interpreter by demanding these rights, EOA, equal opportunity employment, EAO, equal opportunity employment, or whatever, or EO, or whatever the hell. Not only did they get interpreters to make this process easy, they created employment opportunities for Somalians.
Hey, Yanga, let me hop in there real quick. Would you agree? Would you agree that the Hebrew way of life would be less consumerism based?
Yeah.
And would you agree that the Black American way of life is like just overloaded with consumerism? And because as we talk about, you go to work, you punch a clock, you know, you get it on and you do it all over again. All of that to feed our consumerist lifestyle, because we don't really own anything. So again, and I'm just playing devil's advocate,
yeah.
Wouldn't the Hebrew way of life might be a little bit better for us to advance us?
I would say, on a personal note, you could probably say that. The problem with that is everything you talked about are personal decisions. Why America advances you would be more advantageous than that Hebrew way of life is because it gives you the freedom to make that decision. Now, if that decision is destructive, if you want to be a super consumer, spend all your money on jelly beans, that might be the most foolish thing in the world, but you have the right to do that. That's the advantage. We don't want any more man-made imposed restrictions. You don't give me that. Hebrew way would be beneficial if I could say, hey, you know what? Is there some way I can vote that I would like a little more to my diet? I would like to add a little more to my spending. You know, how do I express my grievances, my disgruntlement, my aspirations, my desires? Where's the room for that in that strictly Hebrew lifestyle? Now, when I'm saying in Americanism, you have the choice to practice that Hebrew lifestyle and restrict yourself from anything you want to. But I just don't want that imposition on me. That's the benefit. So basically what I'm saying, why Americanism is more beneficial than that lifestyle is Americanism offers the freedom of any lifestyle, including the lifestyle of Black Hebrewism. But does Black Hebrewism allow me the luxury of a lifestyle that of my own choosing? Which one is more advantageous, freedom or restriction?
And I get it. I mean, because I don't want to come off like I'm agreeing with Blue, but I can see both ends of the spectrum. But the Black Americanism way hasn't been producing. I mean, yeah, we could do whatever we want. We could eat whatever we want. You know, we could spend the way we want. But you got to admit, the morals in our community are shit.
Yeah, but haven't been producing for who? Like, it's the American way has produced for some so-called Black Americans. That's the question. Would it be beneficial for Black Hebrews? I would say yes. I can't see we're not taking advantage of all the rights and liberties of being American and being in America. How it wouldn't be advantageous to the Black Hebrews, especially when you weigh it or measure it from the position they occupy right now. How wouldn't it be?
What time is the debate?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Yeah, I got. Yeah, I'll be tuned in because I'm just curious to see how Blue attacks this because you're right. Because you got, no matter what he says, just like I just said, you could always come back and say, well, I got the right to vote and I'd be limited in your lifestyle. Whereas Black American, there are no limitations to me. So
absolutely.
Yeah, he's fighting. Fighting a hard.
Right.
Oof.
Right. That's the whole point of it. It doesn't stop you from being Black Hebrew. It
Yeah.
only benefits. If you add American to Black Hebrew, you will only get benefit. What is it about being American that would hinder you as a Black Hebrew? What?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
What the hell are you trying to do?
funny because I would well, you and you know what I heard, what supports what you're saying. I heard Captain Cesariak say one time that he uses his American passport to his advantage. So all this F the white man and the white man is the devil and all that bullshit that they speak, they still, when it's I'm saying it wrong. When it's to their advantage, they still use the white man's paperwork and stuff like that. So I get exactly what you're saying. I mean,
absolutely,
you making all the sense. You're making all the sense in the world to me.
I'd want them to be honest and start whipping out them food stamp cards and shit. Let's just get it.
Yeah. Like, you know. Trevor, you didn't see when the news interviewed what's the General Yohana, did you? Did you see that interview?
I watched some old ones, so I don't know which specific one you're talking about.
They asked him were they a violent group? He said, no, we're good American citizens.
Oh. See? And that's why I say all this religion shit is bullshit, because they talk a good game, but when it comes to, you know, they still gonna play ball. They still gonna whip out that American passport. They still gonna whip out that driver's license. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They still gonna play ball. So yeah, I totally, yeah. But man, Blue got a hard battle with this one. Jesus, man.
You know, absolutely gonna play ball. That's why I say that there are different. America means different things to different inhabitants. So we have to stop allowing ourselves to be fed an American dream and create our own American dream. If that's, you know, even if we want to use another title, but I'm saying that because that's the common language, create our own American dream. We saw it done before with the likes of Black Wall Street. The thing that it lacked, like I would go back to what Inyame said, is culture. You know what I'm saying? And since we lacked in a culture, since we practiced assimilation and homogenization, we couldn't fathom the extent of devilment that those crackers would go to. But if we had a culture that taught us the true nature of things, we would know us and we would know them. And when we see them pop their little heads up over the hills, we'll start to fucking shoot. You see what I'm saying? So that's the cultural piece. But it doesn't have to, I'm saying, and we would have that right. We would have that right, all justified right there in their documents.
Yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. Hey, before I get down, Yami, you were talking about you know, like us taking over Jackson, Mississippi and stuff like that. So, you know, and like I say, I'm always the one talking about Texas. I don't know why I just throw out Texas like that all the time, but how in that respect, how would we protect ourselves with what army? Like, so say
I don't think we can do it like that.
Okay, so but what I'm saying is, say we go to Jackson, Mississippi, and then we take over state after state after state. What's to protect us when Whitey decides I want my shit back?
I just don't think we can do it like that. I was speaking hypothetically.
Okay, all right.
So to me, the end game, the checkmate, is when we have as much power as them, at least to equalize their power. And I don't think we can do that inside the walls or the borders of the United States. I don't think we can equalize power here. I mean, we can get more than we have. I think sometimes I see we have 2% of the wealth. Some reports is 1%. So I don't know. I don't have the hard. Let's just say it's 2%, but we're 14% of the population, and we never had more than 2% of the wealth. And I think that's as high as we're gonna ever get. And wealth is a measurement of a people's power. So, and I think Kanye is an example, as he was bragging on how he's a billionaire. And it took a couple of days before he realized where his real money came from. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that we can put ourselves in key positions here. We can use our citizenship to get into the Congress. Like when I was in New Orleans, we had a congressman that was the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee. William Jefferson. That's a powerful position. So we know we can get into these powerful positions and we can make things happen. But when it talks about equalizing power, it takes a lot more than just abiding by the Constitution. And that's when you talk military strategy, which I know very little about.
I think it's definitely going to take more than what you said, just abiding by the Constitution. It takes real action. I think the Constitution provides the framework and the justification for your actions. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got a gun, somebody run up on you, you shoot their ass like the Black Panthers did, Second Amendment right type shit. The Constitution provides the framework. One of the biggest holdups is like Trevor was saying, the architect is saying, is us. And the way we perceive ourselves and behave in this construct. You know, there's nothing within the framework or the writing that says we can't be all that we can be. It's just the way we perceive ourselves and the way that we go back, the way we go about handling shit. I think that it would be the same thing in a different area. There's nowhere we can go on the planet Earth, we will be equal footing or equal power to the white man. He's a warmonger. This motherfucker got missiles. Russia, United States. I mean, there's nowhere we're gonna really go to be in equal power if we're talking about equal power. If you want to talk about good footing and a place that we can influence, shit. And here's the crazy thing. I didn't even consider myself an Americanist until I started studying for this debate. And I was like, shit. But, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. However, I really began to see that how effective we could be over here if we were unified, not just nationally for Black people, but on international policies that's concerned to what we were talking about, Haiti's in Africa. We're in the seat of the largest imperialist power in the world. Like we here with the devil. And don't make a motherfucking noise. Like if we really had unity of purpose and clear goals, some semblance of cohesiveness, of connectedness, of collectivity. You know what I'm saying? That I'm attached to my brother, not just here, but throughout the diaspora. Man, things and start moving in that light, we could really affect international policy. I'm going to conclude with this. When Malcolm did his tour in Africa, the State Department said Malcolm has set us back in a couple of days what it took us 20 years in relationship wise to build in Africa.
Exactly. Right. That's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, that's a great point. I know you got to go, but that's a great point.
Yeah. Pointing that out.
Just us having this conversation is anti-American.
Exactly. Anti-American and so pro-American. It's
pro-Constitution.
Yeah, and it's
anti-American.
It's definitely anti-American, anti-white America, anti-American.
Wait a minute here. What do you niggers mean? How can you be anti-Constitution and anti-American at the same time? What are y'all talking about?
You mean pro-Constitution and anti-American?
How can that be? Niggers got to explain that to me, goddammit. Here.
Okay, have you heard of the Civil War?
Yeah.
What was Black people fighting for? Freedom.
Right.
What was the Confederates fighting for?
What were they fighting for? Shit.
Fighting to maintain their way of life.
Yep.
Okay, was it based on the Constitution?
And they're white Americans.
Right, but was it based? Okay, good point. Good point. Okay. That's I
You
guess
forgot I
that's a
was
good
a
point.
Sith Lord. You forgot
but
that.
you
That's
Yeah,
right
that's
bad.
though, because you're
right.
right. It wasn't based. It wasn't based on the Constitution.
Right.
So it wasn't based on Americanism. Then one can argue that point.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wait, man, that sounds like a good debate.
Good debate,
Oh
because
shit.
the Constitution is what the abolitionists and the Quakers and everything used to point out the evil of slavery. They said to point out the hypocrisy. How are we going to be freedom loving people, yet we own people?
Right. Well, then
Right.
that'd be a breakdown of So that'd really be the whole. I guess go back to the capitalism debate because that wouldn't really. Yeah, that has nothing to do with the Constitution. But okay, that's a good point, and y'all you might have to come out of retirement for that one there.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but I can see. Yeah, I can see to your point, and Yami. Shit, I just when you said that, I had to do a double take. But that's a good point. That's a good point. But Americanism. But then hold on. But then that means. I mean, oh man, that kind of gets sticky. So then let me ask this question: do we have the right to define what culture is as individuals?
Yeah, exactly. See what the Civil War was, is what we're talking about. It was one side of people trying to interpret Americanism as opposed to another side.
Right.
That's what we're saying. We're saying this is our interpretation of Americanism. White folks don't get to own the fucking interpretation. They fucked up when they wrote some shit on paper.
Well, they were thinking about their own freedom when they wrote it on
Right.
paper, though, Yank.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
they weren't trying
Right.
to. They weren't trying to fuck it up. They were trying to look out for their freedom, right?
Which is the best thing. That's what I love about the Constitution. If anything, is I love about it is it is a revolutionary white male privileged entitled doctrine. Boy, that's the best doctrine we can use. You know, they was gonna write all the good shit in for themselves.
Yeah.
They got all the good shit for themselves. Liberty, the pursuit of happiness, all kind of shit. Tote guns and shit.
Right. Right.
You know, hell yeah, we won't. Yeah, I'm glad y'all wrote it for y'all because y'all put all the best shit in there for y'all. So now we holding your ass to it. You should have said for white men only, but you didn't.
That's what it should have said. That's what it said. And justice for white men only.
Yep. But you didn't. That was the point of not even looking at us human.
But there lies the complexity right there because it doesn't say white for men only. It's like, because if it said white for men only, everybody be up in arms. Every black person would have no reason not to be up in arms. But because it says, it doesn't say all white people, people can interpret like, well, hell, that could be me right there. And so now you have the quagmire going on here.
Well, see, that's what white people are mad about. They mad that didn't nobody write for white people only. They didn't factor us in as being humans. So now they mad. Right. They were mad at King and Malcolm and us. The audacity of you Negroes actually wanting rights. And then when we got all these rights and shit like that, white people got smart. Dr. King actually showed them, you know, with the Montgomery bus boycott. He showed them the importance of Negro pennies. When we boycotted the bus, they didn't have a change of heart because all of a sudden they were just these good white folks and they felt like they were doing black people wrong. No, they saw a decline in their motherfucking money. Black people stopped spending to ride the bus. Now, black nationalists, like people have heard me say before, would have created their own bus line. But the buses conceded to our demands and let us sit in the front or whatever, and we gave the dollars back. But they were like, how dare they? The audacity for them to want their rights as stated in the documents.
Right.
If you understand Stokely Carmichael, Kwame Ture, I think he said it the best. He said the rights we was marching for in the 60s, we already had those rights.
Yep.
From the Constitution of the 14th and 15th Amendment. We already had those rights. white people didn't respect their own constitution. That's what he was saying.
That's what he's saying. Yep.
Facts.
Yep.
Fact.
That's
Fact.
exactly what he's saying. And that was the threat. That's what the civil rights was about, like the Civil War. That's where you get, if those are looking for white allies or white sympathizers or those white people that don't want to participate in the hypocrisy, you'll find them standing on the sidelines. There's white groups out there. A lot of times we think they're white supremacist movements, but they're white constitutionalists.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want big government. They don't want the infringement of government, of the big government. So they believe in the power of that Constitution. Yep. So yeah, it's a crazy situation. Like I said, the debate is it beneficial? Do I think Americanism is the best solution? No.
But that's not the debate, like you said.
But that's not the debate.
Yeah.
You tell me you don't want General Yohana as your president?
Hell, exactly what I'm telling you. Exactly what I'm telling you.
It's Cesare the vice president.
Would they have a president? How do you get rid of their ass?
You don't. He president for life. El Presidente.
You know what I'm saying? Who wants to deal with that? What's their welfare program? Anon told me one time it was gleaning.
That's why baby Stalin snapped on his ass.
Yeah, gleaning. What's the welfare system? Yeah. I mean, you'd have to impress me. In fact, I think being Black American Hebrew or American Black Hebrew actually would elevate their position in the world.
What you mean?
If they embrace that, if they got land, if they fought for their rights, if all of these things, I think it would elevate their position. I think it would be beneficial in the sense of really giving them some stature and some posterity. Right now they look like the rest of the religious fringe groups, offshoots of mainstream religion. Not Nation of Islam, and this is not a knock at those things. I'm a man of faith myself. I'm a man of God myself. But do I think that alone is beneficial to maneuver me through the world, to help me to be in positions of opportunities and success? No, not that alone. No.
Now you brought up the African Hebrew Israelites of Dimona. Now I know they're not the shining light example, but they're a nation within a nation. They produce their own food. They have their own education.
Where at? Over in
Dimona.
Over in Dimona?
Yeah.
Yeah, and aren't those the ones that are at risk of being deported?
Some of them are. Some of them.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome. I asked them, but what did they do that they couldn't do in America? They could have got them a little plot of land in Texas. Shit, David Koresh did it.
Man, that's not a good example.
Dr. Malachi Z. York did it. That's all them cults are. That's all they all ever are. I mean, what's the difference between them and they could? What they're doing over there? What are they doing over there they couldn't have done in America?
Yeah, that's true.
That's just my biggest question. I don't see any of them doing anything that they couldn't do in America. In fact, if they did it in America, they wouldn't have to buy plane tickets back. They wouldn't be getting their ass deported. We always running. Can't run from it. Escapism. You a Black African here in America. I don't care what you calling yourself, whatever title you want to put on that. I say that because that is the reality of a thing to me. That's how I word that reality. Black African in America. I am a person melanated of African descent, I believe, but melanated put in that category of Negroid in a place called America with certain policies and procedures that it is run by. That is the reality. How do I change? How do I make that into an advantageous situation and position for me? And I don't think praying and calling on God or calling myself one of God's chosen and trying to close my eyes tightly to the reality that surrounds me daily is going to be beneficial. You know, I don't need nobody to force me a certain way to eat, to tell me how to dress, to tell me what days I should be resting on and praying on and what days I can have activities and shit on. I don't need that. You know,
Yeah,
that's
because black people would be the first ones to revolt against that, man. That's
right.
As soon as they lost their Americanism, as soon as they lost that First Amendment right where they had to do that, man, Negroes would be the first one up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Then you see, yep.
Yeah. General Yohana probably would die the next day.
The next damn day. Man, I was just bullshitting. Man. I didn't know y'all Negroes was gonna do it. Man, they'll hate that. You know, they would hate that somewhere with that's imposed on you. Nah. You know, live in a land is more beneficial as you. And then here's how it's more beneficial to be an Americanist. It lets you participate with the other 22 to 24 million Black Americans over here. It's a common point. It can be a common point of unity because it is our reality. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be a point of contingency. You separating yourself, how is that isolation benefit to you? But you know, then he could argue its benefit. Was it benefit to the Black Hebrew because we're really a cult? That's what at the end of the day, you want to win the debate, you got to come out and say they a fucking cult. And Americanism, freedom of thought, freedom of decision is not beneficial for cult mentality, for group thinking.
You know, if I ever had this debate with you, I think I know how to get you. I would look at the murder rate within the Hebrew Israelites, the crime rate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'd have to, how you think you would get me is you'd have to provide data that isn't there. You'd have to find real data to a fantasy solution, a utopia. And every data that I'm going to bring you shows you when man tries to enact this utopia, it has been disastrous. He can't get past his base nature. You know what I'm saying? You'd have to present to me data of a Black Hebrew community that has shown, because if you just presenting that, you like you said, you could show me the Black African Hebrews in Des Moines. According to those statistics.
Right. That's one of their talking points.
Yeah.
That's one of their talking points.
Absolutely.
They say they don't have the crime that they would have had in Chicago if they would have stayed in Chicago.
You know what? And I would love to say I could agree with him, but he would have to show me some data. You know what I'm saying? He would have to really present to me the data on that, the comparison of the two.
But see, that would be kind of one-dimensional because I would have to see data on disease rate, your health rate, like, you know what I'm saying?
Everything else that comes with it. Everything else that comes with it. Like I said, there's going to be one or two areas undeniably being Black Hebrew is beneficial in. Any religious person has one or two areas: mental status, peace of mind. Sometimes, as far as physical health, a lot of times due to diet
Yeah.
You know, I remember I was reading about Ramadan one time. They say, you know, Muslims that participate in Ramadan is the lowest time of blood pressure and shit. You know, so there's a lot of health benefits from a religious way of life and religious thinking.
You only got a 10-minute premise and a 10-minute rebuttal.
That's all I need. I mean, I need to stretch for the 10-minute. It's just so obvious. You know, I have to hear what he's going to come with. Come with something. You're going to have to come with something founded in reality. If we start doing what ifs, then, you know, that's no bueno. That's not going to fly. You know, we need to bring hardcore evidence.
Yeah, I think I would do that if I was Blue. I would show from the time they left and went to Demona, what would be their crime rate, how healthy they are compared to the average Black American in a city in Chicago.
Yeah. That could be, you know, that could be some grounds for something. That would be something to stand on. At least you would have something to say.
Yeah.
You know, you would have something to say. And that's all I could say to that. Yeah, you'd have something to say. You'd have to show me. That would be an instance where I'd have to see, where I could say that is beneficial. That could be beneficial for your social cultural development. But what does your economy look like?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What is your political status internationally if you're claiming to be a nation?
And I will tell you, I didn't put that in my premise, so we're not going to discuss that in the rapid fire.
That's all part of it. Because what would be in there would be beneficial. My thing is it beneficial? All of that is a part of weighing benefit. You know, it's tough to be selective. You can't be selective when we're weighing benefit. We have to weigh the reality of the situation. From where I was to where I am now, is it more beneficial? You know, so was that move? It might have been beneficial in this area, but when we weigh the whole packet together, was it more beneficial? That's the question. You know, or could you have done the same thing in America? Could you have gotten you some land and done the same thing in America with less hassle? Now, I'm going to show you the hassle you got of deportation, of the Israeli ministry not acknowledging you as ethical Jews. They still acknowledge you as Americans. The hassle that comes with that, peace of mind of less crime. And I can show you that, what if you'd have done that same thing in America? You know, built you a community in America and did that same shit. Then you wouldn't even have had the hassle. What would have made that more advantageous and more beneficial? You'd have been minus the hassle of deportation. You'd have been minus the hassle of deportation. You can get you some land in America and sanction yourself off. They ain't never stop people from going off and doing what the hell they want to do until it begins to be conflictive, or what they deem to be conflictive.
What do you mean I can't execute my own people?
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't touch on the babies. And you can't, you know, be doing all that stuff like that. You know, America does protect her citizens. That's the problem. See, that's the problem most cults have with Americanism, is that the citizenry. I can't do to you what I want to do because the government will step in and will lock my ass up.
Right.
Yeah, but Black Son picked up rocks on the Sabbath. I should be able to stone him.
See, right. If I stone him, the American government gonna say I killed him. But if I get him over here saying he's one of us, I can beat him in the head with bricks and tell him God loves him. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know you afforded no damn protection. Good luck. Good luck on somebody's interpretation of what God said. 100 lashes. You looking upon her? No, man, I had something in my eye. I swear for the Lord. 100 lashes. You know, all that old shit. I ain't got time for that shit. You got time for that shit. You know, I don't advocate America's penal system. You know what I'm saying? However, motherfucker get 3 hots in the cot. They don't supposed to be kicking your ass. You know, they don't supposed to be, you know, you ain't gonna come out. You know, I don't want to be in a thing where I'm gonna be maimed and crippled and then left to society to fend for myself. Now you want me to go work for myself. You done pluck the eye out and cut a hand off and the opposite foot off and shit. Then tell me go out here and work. And got me on the side of the highway, we'll work for food as a will rap. Fucked up my livelihood. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, America ain't perfect. I'm not saying she is. I'm saying, like Black Son always say, but he said in his White Son voice, you got to show me a system that's better.
Yeah, you start to sound a little like White Son, Yanga. Just a little
bit. Been around forever. Y'all just meeting and battling White Son. I've been going that White Son forever. Yeah. We've been at it. We've been at it.
Well, that's okay, because goddamn Trevor gonna get a taste of White Son, goddamn it. White power.
Y'all sleeping on Trevor. I'm so looking forward to Trevor's debate. Listen, man, let me jump off here for a minute. I gotta make a few more phone calls, get my mind right. I am going up against the DMT double master.
Yeah.
Teacher. Blue, all respect. Shouts out to the dark side too, man. Y'all ain't know, you know, we fuck around, laugh, and play, have a good time. Nothing to snooze at though. Strong team. You know what I'm saying? I got respect. Everybody from the dark side, from Double Master Teacher, yourself, Queen Akasha, Scheme. You know what I'm saying? Shit, if y'all just wasn't crazy, man, you know, at one point in time, then I'm already Arena. I looked over there, but all that Whoopi Goldberg and shit, y'all taking it too damn far now. Damn. I don't know nothing about all that. You know what I'm saying?
You can't be scared of the dark side.
Hey, man, I ain't scared of the dark, but y'all ain't make me start having murals and images of Whoopi Goldberg. You know what I'm saying? That ain't got to be my goddess. Shit, personified. I'd be like, Blue, need to cut that shit out. But no, I love it. I get what he's, but you know, when I tell everybody about it, and they immediately get what is being said about the Eurocentric standard of beauty.
Yeah.
Immediately, the message is understood. I'm just
once you understand it, it's the message.
Yeah.
Like, so if this is your standard, then hey, where do we go from here?
Right. You feel me? So I get it. I get it. But y'all still weird. Still weird. Yeah, I'm saying. Damn sure, damn shouts out to the dark side. That's what's cracking though, man. I said, tonight, 9:00, man, Solar Vision Debate League. Be there. I know, you know, the arena's gonna show up. You know, Dark Side's gonna be in the chat. Sometimes the chat is just as interesting as the damn debate.
Oh yeah. We get it in the chat too. Shit.
You know, so yeah, man. So, you know, we gonna spar off. And it's one of those debates. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm predicting the win for me. I'm going in for the win. I'm not accepting anything less. However, I'll say with that, and I hate to even put this energy out there, Blue is a cat that I don't mind. Should it be close? I'm gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? He don't, you know, I really respect his his debate abilities and what he brings. So I ain't gonna be ass to him. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like I'm debating Boo Boo the motherfucking fool. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going up against a seasoned, solid, sound debater. So I'm looking forward to it. We gonna go in there and do our thing, man. Give it what we got.
Absolutely. Gynarch says I'm gonna be roasting Black Sun's suit. I'm not debating tonight, darling.
He still gonna roast
Yanga?
your suit. It don't matter if you debating or not.
Oh shit! I'm not
Don't roast mine. I don't wear a tie. I don't wear a tie, but don't roast my suit. I don't wear a tie. Yeah, we start wearing suits on y'all, man. We mean business. I don't have my other little implement, so I'm not even gonna say.
Oh yeah.
So I can pull out my other little implement to add to the shock and awe. You know what I'm saying? But the arena, man, yeah, man, we wearing suits, man. We mean business, man. This big boy business right here, sitting at the table with the big boys.
Yep. With the Crimson Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that's where we're at. That is where we're at tonight, 9:00. Solar Vision Debate League.
Yeah.
Yanga versus Blue. What is it? Season 5?
Season 5, yeah.
Season 5, baby.
Yes, sir.
Season 5. This is my second debate. I'm predicting the win for me. I'm trying to go into 2-0. I want to go into playoffs. I want to take it all, man. I want it all. I'm great. I want it all. I ain't even gonna front. I don't even think that's being over ambitious. I don't think that's far-fetched. I believe it's in my reach, in my grasp. In fact, I feel it. I actually do. I want to come around. I want to be SVDL champion. I want it all. And then I want to be such an ass about it that the cats that ran from me, and didn't let me debate them, I don't know how they can work it out with Solar. I hope they can come back. Can't run from these ass whoopings, running over to these other channels and stuff like that. I want it all. Yep. Then I want they plate. I want what they got. I want to eat their food. Yep. And then when I eat their food, I want them to bring their cruise. I want to eat their cruise food. I'm like Mike Tyson. I want to eat your children. I want to eat your children. Motherfucker, I want it all.
Yeah.
That's it. I want it all. All right, man. With that, man, I'm gonna say peace, man. Get ready, man. Get my zone. Like I said, I ain't going up against no Rudy Poo, like they call him in Ohio, against no grouch, no slouch.
Yeah,
he ain't no slouch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna bring his thing, man. So y'all, I at the very least, y'all can expect an explosive debate. You know what I'm saying? If this is just any indication of what I'm bringing, what I'm, how solid I am and in my stance and my position on this thing, if this is any indication, then you should know the heat. And if you know Blue, Blue is going to, at the very least, match the intensity. So shit's going to be good. If
I believe he going to swing back. I know he going to swing back.
Yeah, I mean the fact that he got Yangas singing, he wish. What's that song? I wish I was an American.
I wish I was in Dixie.
Man. I don't know, man. He got me fucked up. Man, listen. It was hard finding an angle to tackle this, because I truthfully, like everybody knows, Son and I differ on some things. Truthfully, I am a man of faith. I really have a sincere respect for the understanding of Judaism, maybe even some Hebrews. I haven't always seen it exemplified in the best manner amongst some of these crazy ass Hebrews, especially the ones I've seen around Atlanta on the corner cussing motherfuckers out. I don't get it. I don't get it. I guess that's somewhere in the Bible. Thou shalt talk about everybody. They call us sisters bitches, Africans crazy. I don't get it, but I guess that's somewhere in the Bible. I'm not an expert. However, I am a respecter of faith and of people who practice their faith. So I didn't want to go into it debating ideology versus Americanism. I'm showing, my thing is to show first, to shake the concept that we as Black people have of America and Americanism. America or Americanism isn't the white people. That's who founded it. That may have the intentions of what they wanted for themselves, but that is not what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you want to bake a pie. but you use the ingredients to bake a cake, what's gonna come out that oven is a cake.
Right.
So if you wanted to make some white supremacist shit, you can't use the ingredients of revolution. If you wanted it to something to propel and advance the white race into supremacy and all that, you couldn't use the ingredients of revolution, freedom, independence, and all that shit. People were gonna hold your foot to the fire and use it for the very thing you used it for, revolution. Now, whether that's successful or not is another story. But the fuel would be the very same thing that fueled you, the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
That's it.
And that will always be the fuel for revolution, for freedom-loving people. I just want the highest standard of quality of life without motherfuckers fucking with me. And America says, in theory, and not just in theory, now encapsulated. First it was theory, now it's in law, etched in stone, if you would, that as its citizen, I should be afforded those rights. And I want other inhabitants, other so-called citizens to respect that. And they haven't been respecting it. And so I call America, so the civil rights said, I call America to enforce that. I call America to enforce that. The Black Panthers said, fuck that, we'll enforce it. I don't need to call America to enforce it. I will enforce Americanism. I will enforce my right, my lift to pursue the happiness with the very right you gave me to bear fucking arms. I'll enforce it. That's the only difference between the civil rights movement and the Black Panthers. Civil rights movement wanted to completely homogenize. They wanted to assimilate. They wanted to say, okay, we'll let America handle everything because we just give over into not just the rights of America, but the whole social cultural understanding of being an American. We'll be Negro. We'll be Negro. That's what Malcolm said. Martin. Malcolm was revolutionary. Malcolm said, okay, yeah, we want the American rights, but we will separate our identity from the American. We'll be Afro-American. We want those rights.
Right.
But we don't want to identify with you. So we'll be Afro. That's the argument here. They're not asking the Black Hebrews to completely amalgamize, to completely lose your identity, and saying, why wouldn't you take advantage of the rights that they say? Why wouldn't you hold their feet to the motherfucking fire? Oh, motherfucker, you said you're going to give me $1,000. I'm going to keep knocking on your door every day. Hey, man, you got that money? Next day, say pimpin'. Say, man. Next day, hey, dude. And then after a while, I'm not going to ask America to enforce America. I'm not going to ask your wife or your mama to talk to you. When you talk to them, tell me, give my money. I'm going to be like the Black Panthers, be like, I'm going to kick in the fucking door, come take my shit. Because you said I could have it.
Yep.
Right, but it's a step higher. The Constitution say that is your right.
There you go. There you go. So that's all I'm fighting. So I don't have to ask permission. Civil rights was asking permission. Revolution is telling you this is what it is.
Oh yeah, we gotta have this debate. I'm seeing ideas right now. Yeah.
Okay, we got to, but it can't be tonight.
I know.
I got
hey, if you was good, you have it right after this debate. You'd be ready to go.
You know, I got to get ready to go. But that's what I'm gonna present. You know, some shit. I'm gonna present. You know, some solo. You know, get some battle arena going, man. Some one-timers, one-hitter quitters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bring it on out, man. Have that debate real quick. Get some one-hitter quitters in, because I'm sure that'll be. I'm sure you got the subject for a good one, but I'm gonna stop right now because you think you slick. You're feeding Blue. You're feeding him. So
yeah, I peeped that too.
You peeped what?
The only reason I went on because I said it ain't really enough time for him to really formulate anything strong. But you giving them some good pointers. If I hear this shit come up in the debate, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say it.
They was gonna tell it.
And y'all may exactly what I'm talking to. Know that that's your shit. I'm like, I'll be damned, Blue. So yeah, man, I'm gonna jump off, man, at risk of myself, man. Like always, man, I appreciate it. Trev, I appreciate you, man, following through. You came to Twin, Deacon, the whole arena, Free Spirit, everybody, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. Follow through 9:00. Solar Vision Debate League, baby. It's on the arena versus the dark side. Really, Yanga versus Double Master Teacher. It promises to be a good one. You already know that. But I ain't got to sell it no more than it's already sold. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to end it with peace, man.
Yeah. I'm going to hop on to peace.
All right, man.
Peace.
Both of you brothers, man. See y'all tonight. See you in an hour, yo. See you in an hour.
1 hour, brother.
1 hour, y'all. All right, y'all got it, man. Y'all got it right there. Man, shout out to Twin. Shout out to Gynocracy. I see you. Shout out to Deacon. Shout out to Scheme. Shout out to Trevor, man. Shout out to Yanga, of course. Shout out to Blue, even though he didn't make it tonight. Shout out to you, Blue, man. Shout out to Yami, to this Lord, man. Shout out to who else we got in here, man. Oh, Free Spirit. I see you. All right, y'all. And we out. Peace, y'all. We out.